Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Now before I start, I want to say a massive thank you to 200 subscribers. Now I know that probably doesn't seem a lot to some people, but for me it's a huge number, purely because I didn't start this channel to get subscribers or to be a YouTube sensation or anything like that. I started this channel because I want to showcase the cars that I've got for sale, and they help me with my sales as well, because that way you guys can see exactly how the car looks like, and if it has any issues I always mention them, and so on and so forth. So thank you very much, and I really appreciate that. Now let's go into today's car, which is a really nice one, because I think Peugeot, when they made this one, so basically it is a Peugeot 3008 Crossway HDI, but I don't know if this is like a limited edition or anything, but when they made this car, and I think the engineers asked, okay, so what features do you want it to have? I think Peugeot just said yes, and they've put absolutely everything in this car, and I'm going to go through all the features and gizmos and gadgets and everything that this car comes with, as I do with all my cars. Now, this particular car comes with the registration number LG15YHY. It is a Peugeot 3008 Crossway HDI. It's finished in this absolutely gorgeous metallic grey. It is a 1.6 liter diesel engine, and it puts out 113 brake horsepower. It was first registered on the 31st of March 2015, and it has a valid MOT until the 30th of March 2025. It has an annual road tax of only £160, which is not bad considering the size of this thing. And it sits in the insurance group 19E, which is really low on the insurance bracket, which means it's not going to cost a fortune to insure this thing. In terms of CO2 output, it puts out 127 grams per kilometer. And fuel economy, you can expect to get around 48 miles per gallon around town and 64 miles per gallon on a motorway run, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's got a combined fuel economy of 57.6, I think, 57.6 miles to the gallon. Performance, so it's got a top speed of 112 miles per hour, and it has a 0 to 60 time of 13.6 seconds. So obviously it's not going to win you any drag races, but it's not built for speed. It is a very comfortable family SUV. The last MOT had only one advisory, which was a tire, and that was replaced, so nothing to worry about. Before I go to the plethora of positive things, let me just mention a few bad bits. And one of them is this thing here. So it's got a bit of a scuff on the bumper here, and just a little bit there, but it's nothing major, and honestly once you take maybe 2 steps back, it just vanishes. You can barely notice it, but obviously it's just a cosmetic thing. It's not it's nothing mechanical. It doesn't affect the use of the car whatsoever. Now, as you can see, the car comes with front parking sensors as well as rear ones, but we'll talk about that when we get at the back. And you do get a lamp washer as well, because you do get halogen, no, HID bulbs, not halogen. So you get HID bulbs, so you get the lamp washers as well. And the other bad bit I wanted to mention, and it's probably the last two, because there's just 2 bad bits. The alloys are probably not in the best of conditions. They're not terrible, but they could probably do with a refurb if you so wish. But they are absolutely fine. They are perfectly usable. There's no issues at all. It's just that cosmetically, they're not perfect. But yeah, that's it. It's the alloys and that little front bumper thing. But now let's go into the, like I said, plethora of good things about this car. So one thing, I do love this badge that they've put on the side here, and you get these coordinates, 06, 49, 55 east and 47, 30, 55 north. Now, I was a bit curious to see where these coordinates take you, and it is somewhere in France. I can't remember exactly where, but it is somewhere in France. I mean, you can Google them. There you go. I'm gonna go closer again so you can see them. So it's 06 49 55 east, 47 30 55 north. Right, let's move over. So now let's have a look inside, because inside is where this car absolutely shines, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Now let's start with the seats. So first of all, the seats are part leather, part Alcantara, and you can tell that they've used a really good quality materials. There's no tears or rips or anything like that anywhere on the seats. That badge moves into the cabin as well, on the back of the front seats and on the back of the two outer seats as well. There it is, which is nice. It's a nice touch, but they feel so soft. Honestly, they feel absolutely beautiful. It's a pleasure to sit in these seats. Now, you do get heated seats on the front, so both the passenger and the driver benefit from heated seats, which obviously is not ideal now when there's like 30 degrees outside, but when winter is coming, and winter is coming, as Jon Snow said, heated seats will be very beneficial. Excuse my legs, I'm wearing shorts. That's basically because it's so warm. Right, so one downside of the Peugeots and in French cars in general is the glove box, which is not massive, and the reason for that is because when they move the steering wheel from the left side to the right side, they just couldn't be asked to move the fuse boxes as well. So that's why the glove box is not big, but it does compensate in one area, and that is the center console, and I'll show you when we get to the driver's seat, because it is massive. Right, let's just close this down, and moving over to the driver's side. So only good quality materials they've used everywhere. This is very soft. You can see how spongy it is. It's perfect to rest your arms. Look at that. It's perfect to rest your arms. You get a little pocket here, just a little not pocket, but a little cubby here to put some coins or something. And then you've got your electric windows, and then you've got massive door bins as well, which again compensate for the lack of glove box. Right, let's head over to, yeah, that's another thing. Probably know, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm a big fan of the sound that some doors make when you close them. I mean, look how thick this is. It's very thick, and when you close it, listen to this. It's a very solid thump when it closes, which again shows the quality that went into producing this car. Right, moving over to the rear. Again, the same soft touch materials go to the back as well, whereas some cars and some manufacturers just put like really cheap, nasty feelish plastic, but not these guys. They've put really good material, and the stitching, the black and orange stitching, which is abundant throughout the car, it's again really nice and really pleasing. You do have electric windows on the rear as well, and again, decent sized bins. And another cool thing I like about it is, besides the fact that it's got, you can probably see, it's got tinted windows on the rear, which offer UV protection, and all in all, a much cooler place to be in. They have also offered this little shade net thing. I'll think of the name in a second. Yeah, it's a shade. That's it. But yeah, they've put these little curtains, which are manually operated, but they are so nice, and there's so much resistance down there that it feels nice even when you lift this and you just hang it in there. But it's really nice. Again, if you have kids in the back, which you can, because obviously it does have ISOFIX points on the two outer seats, you can lift this up and it'll keep the kids, it'll keep the kids even more protected from the nasty UV rays. Right, let's move over to the rear. I'll show you this alloy as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can point out, but From what I remember, those were the only two bits. Anyway, right, here we are at the boot. This is going to be a lot to talk of because it is very interesting. So first of all, you do get rear parking sensors as well, like I said, and also you do get a reversing camera as well. And I really like it how well they've integrated that in the back bumper. It's so well hidden and it's flush against it. So it's really nice hidden. And then you get the boot, which comes with a wiper as well, and then you get the Peugeot 3008. And to open the boot, there is a little button just underneath the Peugeot right in here, and that just pops it right open, just like that. And you do get a parcel shelf. Let's start from the top. So you do get a parcel shelf that will keep all your valuables hidden from prying eyes. You do get two handles on each side to close the boot, and then inside here is a few interesting bits. So first of all, you get these pull levers here that will put the seats down, which is great because you don't have to go walk all around the car to put the seats down. You can just pull on these, and I'll show you in a second on the other one. And you get a 12-volt socket here, and you get these little things, which I will show you what they are in a second. They are really handy. But here's another really cool thing. The interior light, which doubles up as a flashlight as well. So that's so cool. If you ever need a flashlight on the go and you don't have one with you, you always have one with you because this acts as a flashlight. And to put it back, it's very easy, and it will keep it charged all the time. Plus, this light will always be open. If the lights are on, this light will come on as well to give you light in the boot. So you got this little thing coming out from the rear, and that slides into that little hole there, just like that, and that just pops right in. Simple as that. And that's such a cool idea. Such a cool idea. Right, I was telling you about these little triangles. So basically what they do is you can lift this up just like that, and it holds the false floor in place, and then you get absolutely heaps of more storage underneath the false floor, which is massive. You get a couple of pockets on each side. Well, no, just on that side, because on this side, oh no, you get some more storage in there as well. And then underneath here, you don't get a spare tire, which is a shame, but you do get a tire inflating kit and everything you need to basically inflate the tire. Right. And that's it with the boot. No, not even close. Not even close, because this boot opens like this as well. So now it turned into a little Range Rover, because Range Rover are the ones that do this double opening, but this is so nice. This is so nice, and it's so resistant. I could easily sit on this without any issues, and trust me, I am a big fella, and that'll hold no problem. Another cool thing with the false floor is obviously you can take this down and put it there. Then you would have this weird double decking. Peugeot has thought of that as well, and obviously this moves down there, and now you get a completely flat loading bay. And if you put the seat down like that, it is completely flat. And trust me, this thing turns into a van once you've put everything. I'm not going to put these two down because it'll be hard to put them all up with one hand. But you get, actually, no, I won't, because I'm going to show you something else, which I will do when I get to the other side. Sorry. Right, so yeah, it literally turns into a van, so you can load stuff easily. Then this just lifts up just like that, and then you got so much storage in there. You do have these anchoring points on each side, so if you want to get yourself like one of those nets that sits on top of the boot, so you can put stuff underneath and they stop rolling around. You can do so, but obviously you do have these hooks here as well. You got one on that side and one on that side, and that's basically to hang your groceries if you go shopping, and if you don't want your potatoes and tomatoes and cucumbers and everything rolling around, then you can use those. Right, let's put the boot down, and we're going to go over to this side, and let me tell you why I didn't put that bit down. So actually, let me just put this first things up first. Goes up just like that. And the other thing I wanted to show you is that you got an armrest on this side. So you get two cup holders and an armrest for the passengers, but you get this little hole in here as well, which basically means that you can load stuff from the boot, longer items. You can load them through there all the way towards the front of the cabin, and you can still have two passengers sitting on the rear as well, which is again great. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to put these two seats down as well. I've already told you you've got ISOFIX points. I told you that you get these compasses on the back seats as well. And now we're gonna head over to the front. But before we do, I'm gonna show you that you do have one of those shades on the rear as well, on the rear right side as well, just behind the driver, so they work absolutely fine. And again, like I said, you've got electric windows and everything. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention is the fact that behind the driver's side and the passenger, you got that little net where you can store different snacks, iPads, stuff like that. That's your fuel cap here. So it is a diesel. Make sure you don't put anything else. I don't know how well you can see the color. It looks like it's very dusty, but it's not. It's actually very clean, but it's got a very, very glittery effect. It's honestly, it's an absolutely gorgeous car, color and car as well. Right, let's head over to the driver's side, because it's already 17 minutes into the video and I haven't even gotten inside the car yet. Right, so starting with the driver's side, with the driver's door rather, you've got control for all four windows. This is for your mirrors as well, and they are electrically foldable mirrors, so you can electrically fold them. And this is where you adjust the mirrors as well. Again, absolutely massive door bin, and like I said, you get heated seats for the driver as well. Heated seat for the driver as well. Again, I just want to show you the seat, which is in absolutely beautiful condition, especially that this is the seat that would obviously have the most wear and tear on it, because, well, you need to sit here to drive it. Actually, before I get in, there's another thing I wanted to show you, which is the engine. Let's have a look at the engine as well. Sorry if the video is boring for you, but I am trying to go through everything and trying to keep it as friendly as I can and as funny as I can. Obviously, not a lot of people will taste my sense of humor, but what can I do? Now, as you can see, the engine bay is very clean, and there's no massive oil explosions or leaks or anything like that. So, yeah. Right, sorry about that. I got interrupted, so I had to pause the video. But anyway, that's the engine. Right, let's go over to the driver's side. Let's get inside the car, because now this is where the fun starts. So, let me get the key out first. There we go. Oh, lovely. Right, so key goes into the ignition right there. And as you can see, all the lights come on as they should, and car starts straight away, no issues at all. As you can see, all the lights turn off as they should, and then there's only two lights left in the dash, and that's the fact that the handbrake is on and the fact that my door is open. That's literally it. As you can see, the car's covered only 93,710 miles, so it's very, very low mileage as well. And starting from the left, so you've got your rev counter there, you've got your water temperature there, you've got your fuel gauge there, you've got your speedometer there, mileage, and then over there you've got information about the current consumption, how many miles you've got left in the tank. Right now the cruise control is on. Let me turn that off. Now that's 1, 2. If you want to turn it off completely, and then that's your compass, and back to this thing. Now, as you can see, the car comes with a heads-up display as well, and a big screen over there in the middle. Now, the heads-up display is actually really, really cool. I love the heads-up display. Now, that flickering that you see down there and there, that's not happening in the video. That's happening in the video. It's not happening in real life. So it's because of the frame rate of the camera. Let me see if I can. No. So it's because of the frame rate in the camera. It's flickering like that. But when you look at it, it's not doing that. So actually, let me see if I can get closer to that. Yeah, no, that's still flickering. So yeah, it's literally because of the frame rate of the camera. So when you look at it, it's not doing that basically. Right, so just turn this down because I don't want any music. So the heads-up display is absolutely fantastic because you don't have to look down in your dash when you're driving, so it tells you the speed there. And then when you turn on the cruise control, for example, it will show up in there as well. So that's the speed limiter, so it's currently set at 70 miles an hour. And then you can turn your cruise control as well. It says on there, cruise control active. I think that's what it said. Did it say active? No, cruise control paused. So yeah, so as soon as you start driving, you can set the cruise control, and the car will go at the speed that you set it at. Right. So yeah, heads-up display, absolutely fantastic. Love that to bits. And it's great that it shows you the speed that your cruise control is set at and the speed that you're doing at the moment. Now, over there, that is your main infotainment unit. That's the main infotainment screen, rather. And let me just. Somehow it doesn't hurt. It's got absolutely fantastic speakers. They sound really, really nice. And over here you've got a few controls. So the first 3 from the left. So these are to select. So this is to select the height. So you can either push it up or down, and that's to select the height of the. So look, you can see it's moving up now, or I can move it down. So depending on your position in the seat, you can move this higher or lower, just so you can see it better. And then the next one is for the intensity. So you can dim it. You can make it less visible. Again, I'm looking at it now and it's completely dimmed. And right now it's very bright. I don't know how well you can see that through the video, again, because of the frame rate. But yeah, so that's what this is for. So to increase and decrease the luminosity. This one here is to close the heads-up display if you want to. So you can press down on it and that will just go back in to its little cradle there, to its place, just like that. And then if you want to bring it back up, just push the same button, push it up like that, and that will just pop right back open, just like that. And then let's just beat there. Right. This middle one, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's the hazard lights. That one is for your shade. That's one thing I didn't show you about this car, and I was keeping it until I got to this button. It's your pan roof. Yes, pan roof, not sunroof. So pan roof, basically, it extends from the front all the way to the back of the car. So to open it, push the button, press the button, and then that starts opening. Takes about 4.5 weeks, but there we go. It is absolutely gigantic. It is huge. So yeah, it spreads from all the way from the front of the car here. As you can see, not even the sun visors are completely covered, so there is plenty of sun roof, well, pan roof, and it goes all the way to the back, even pretty much up to the headrests of the back seats. So yeah, you get a absolutely fantastic view out the car through the top. So yeah, that's what that one does. And if you want to close it, just push the button up, and that starts closing. And I will actually no, I'm not going to leave it closed. And you can stop it at pretty much any point. So what you do is you press on it, it gets to a point, lift up, and it stops there. So yeah, I'm actually going to leave it open because there's more light coming into the cabin. Right. The next one is your parking sensors. This one here, and this is to lock and unlock the car. You got a little cubby here where you can store your phone, wallet, keys, stuff like that. And then down here, this is the control for the main unit up there. So let's say if I press nav, then you can select destination, enter an address, directory, GPS coordinates. I'm not gonna start playing with that. I'm not. But anyway, just to show you, those are the radio bands as well. So let's say if we go to greatest hits and back, right? Sorry, let me just go back. Right, so volume. Yeah, so that works absolutely fine, like I said. So you got controls for your media and sat nav and everything up here. And then over here, you've got your climate control. So you do get a dual zone climate control, which is fantastic because you can have a different temperature on the you can have a different temperature on the passenger to the one on the driver. So right now I set it at 18 degrees for the passenger and low to the driver. So I can actually set this to 15 degrees. So you can have different temperature. Obviously, I'm not crazy to leave it anywhere higher than low because I am absolutely sweating right now. This is auto. So if you press the auto button, basically it will keep the car at whatever temperature you set it, which basically means that if it gets warmer than the temperature, it's going to start blowing cold air. If it gets colder than that temperature, it's going to start blowing hot air until the cabin reaches that temperature that you set. That's your recirculate. That's your front window defrost, rear window defrost, mono. So mono is if you want to have one zone for both. So for example, like I said, now if I can select different temperatures, but if I press mono, then both of them will change at the same time. So yeah, you can just set the temperature instead of, let's say if you want to go up to 19 degrees and you're on low, instead of getting this one to 19 degrees and then having to move over to this one and do 19 degrees, then all you do is you just press mono and then you do one and they both change at the same time, right? And then obviously you've got your AC in there as well. Over here you've got your 6-speed manual gearbox, and the gearbox is very smooth. There's no crunches or anything like that when you put it into gears. Actually, let me just show you. So I'm going to put my foot on the clutch. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then reverse. And when you go in reverse, you heard that little beep, which is for the parking sensors, as well as the reversing camera pops in as well. And as you can see, it's very clear and you can very clearly see exactly what's happening behind you. Right. Over here, you've got your electronic handbrake, which will disengage automatically when you want to pull away. And then to disengage it, just lift it up, and to engage it, lift it up again. So it doesn't, there's no push and pull. It's literally just pull and it will disengage it. You got a 12-volt socket here. There it is. You got a 12-volt socket there to keep all your devices charged. And then you got a couple of cup holders here. And you got your absolutely massive armrest as well. But what I was telling you is the space that you've got in the armrest. And it is huge. I mean, I can literally fit my hand all the way to the elbow and it still goes. It is absolutely massive in there. So although the glove box is not as big as maybe you would expect. This more than compensates for everything. And over there, you've got your USB and auxiliary port as well. And yeah, the other thing I wanted to show is the fact that the car has auto lights, auto wipers. You've got your what's it called? Your speed limiter here. So this is where you control the speed limit and the cruise control. So you've got your cruise down here, your speed limiter up here, and you use these buttons on the back and this button at the top to control it. And then down there, you've got control for your media, so your volume up and down, search for different channels and all that. At the top here, you've got your rear view mirror, and it does have this auto dimming feature, where it basically means that if you've got somebody driving with their high beams behind you, then the mirror will automatically dim itself so it doesn't dazzle you basically. And then as soon as that car goes past, then the mirror will come back to showing you clearly what's happening behind you. Over here, you've got an indicator of the seat belts. So it shows you all the occupants in the car, and then whoever doesn't have the seatbelt, this red dot will stay on. And then here you've got your interior lights, which obviously they work as they should, and then you've got your middle light as well for the doors when they are open. Like I said, you do have a vanity. You've got sun visors obviously, and there's a vanity mirror in here with two lights on each side, and this pops out just like that. And you can leave it over to that side if you have the sun coming from your side rather than from the front. And then another cool thing that you've got in there is something I always rave about, and is a sunglass holder. So you got a sunglass holder there, or regular glasses, but they're specifically made for sunglasses. So as you can see, even right now, I've got my sunglasses on because the sun is very bright. Very, very bright indeed. I'm not complaining. God, if you're out there, I am not complaining. I'm just stating a fact. That's it. So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it. Again, I love this handle that the passengers get. So they obviously have a Jesus handle up there, and they've got the Jesus handle 2.0 down here as well. Now, if you've ever watched any of my other videos and you've kept hearing me referring to this as a Jesus handle, the reason I call it that is because usually when you drive like an idiot, somebody's gonna hold on to that and they're gonna start screaming Jesus' name. So yeah, now they've got two of them to hold on to. Luckily for them, this is not the car that you can drag around, but they are very handy. They are very nice. And yeah, I think that would be pretty much it. It's just an absolutely beautiful car, and it just drives like a dream. Let me just go and park it up. Right, let's reverse it in. Actually, no, I'm gonna drive it forward. So put your foot on the brake, lift that. I don't know if you could hear it, but the brake just disengaged, and I'm just gonna go. I don't know, you can probably see the heads-up display saying 6 miles an hour. So yeah, here we are. I'm just gonna park it next to my Sangyong Tivoli. The reverse camera helps so much. Here we are. Parking sensors decided to kick in a little early. Well, actually no, they were pretty much spot on. Right, let me just move it forward a bit because I was too close to the other car. And yep, I think that would pretty much do. That's it. Right, and now to engage the handbrake, just lift this up, and that's it. Right, parking brake applied. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're interested and would like to have a look at the car or test drive it or anything like that, don't hesitate to contact me. You can find me on 01684 355 or you can email me at vindemautos@gmail.com, or you can just visit our website at www.vindemautos.co.uk. Thank you very much again. And once again, thank you so much for the 200 subscribers, which, again, like I said, for others, it's maybe not a huge amount, or it's an insignificant amount, but for me, it means the world, because like I said, I didn't start this channel to get YouTube subscribers. I started this channel to showcase these amazing cars that I've got up for sale, and for people to get a better understanding of what they are seeing or what they're coming to view when they come to view it. Anyway, thank you once again. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.